Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So I am in a terrible mood right now. I'm so freaking tired, and also this new schedule I'm on puts me and my husband at home at the same time constantly. So my alone time went from a significant portion to like 0. And I love him so much, but I love my alone time and I don't have any anymore. And I'm frustrated with schoolwork and I'm putting a ton of hours in clinicals, and I haven't worked enough at my actual job. So that's stressing me out too. I'm just stressed right now. I need a day all to myself, quiet house, maybe in bed, maybe sleeping the whole time, maybe reading a book. I don't know. I just need a day to myself. So anyhow, now that I got that off my chest, let's do a little update with clinicals, schoolwork, everything. I'm with the same preceptor that I've been with, and she works at an inpatient detox center and a PHP-IOP center. So I'm still seeing a ton of substance use disorder patients. It's been a really good experience. From what it sounds like, not all PMHNP students graduate their program getting a ton of this type of experience, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I just had a check-in with my director today, with the director of the program. It's supposed to be done with the instructor, but this instructor associated with this clinical class has been like MIA. She's graded 2 things, which makes me think she's still alive. She's still out there somewhere. But besides that, she's never answered an email from me, from my classmates, because I finally checked in with everyone. I said, hey, has anybody heard from this professor? They said, nope, not a word. And she's supposed to be doing our Zoom check-ins to see how's it going. Are these patients appropriate? Are you participating? Are you getting along with your preceptor? How are things going? And the director of the program sent out a little reminder saying, hey guys, don't forget to schedule your Zoom check-ins. And I emailed her back. I said, hey, I reached out and I haven't heard anything from this instructor. Is there somebody else I should contact? And she said, oh, I'll be happy to do your Zoom check-in. So I got to talk with the director of the program today with my preceptor and go over how my clinical time's been. She's been very nice. The last couple times I've talked with her have been good experiences. Today, of course, good experience. And then I had to talk to her a couple weeks ago regarding like graduation and signing up for classes and all of this other stuff. And she was very nice to talk to then. I think I had made a video before that she had called me unprofessional at one point, so I didn't know what kind of standing I was in with her, but all seems to be well with that relationship. So I am really liking my time with the substance use disorder patients. It was not something that initially called to me, not because it's not interesting, not because it's not important. I just don't have a lot of experience with it. And it sounds like it's pretty specific. Like you have to have some extra training to work with MAT, or medication-assisted treatment, medications and prescriptions. You have to get used to checking the prescription reporting system. In Ohio, it's called ORS. The more I work with it, the more I kind of like it. And it feels like a good place to start because you do see a lot of the same medications, and the idea is the same. Safety first, always. You want to make sure these patients are safe. And then you're looking at what substances are they detoxing from? What time frame does that detox look like? What symptoms might you see based on the substance, based on the time frame, and what are we going to do about it? So is it potentially deadly, like alcohol detox can be, and benzo detox? Or is it just really, really, really uncomfortable, like opioid detox? And what are we going to do about it? So a lot of the medications are similar. They're comfort medications. You have anxiety, maybe we'll try Visceral. You have more symptoms with your anxiety, racing heart rate, sweaty palms. Maybe we'll try Clonidine. You can't sleep, maybe Trazodone. If it is opioid use disorder, are we going to try Suboxone? Have you been on Suboxone? Is that something you want to try? Do you eventually want to transition to Sublocade injections? A lot of the same medications, and I assume if you did it day in, day out, over and over again, you would get really good at treating those patients and seeing those symptoms early, catching things early, and getting good at that specific area. Now, of course, substance use disorder rarely comes of its own accord. There's usually some type of secondary diagnosis. We might see mood disorders, we might see depression and anxiety either as a result of the substance use or that led them to substance use. We've seen some personality disorders, we've seen some schizophrenia, I've seen some active psychosis in this clinical rotation. So it's been a really good experience, and it does incorporate everything. But it's kind of given me something to think about because graduation is coming up sooner rather than later, and it's time to start thinking about where I might want to work. And honestly, I don't know. And people keep asking me. I don't know why I didn't anticipate people asking me what I want to do when I graduate. But I don't know. Where do you want to work? I don't know. Wherever somebody hires me. I just want experience. I'm not craving anything necessarily. Everything sounds like good experience. Private practice, pros and cons, for sure. Detox, pros and cons. Community health, pros and cons. Inpatient, definitely pros and cons. So I'll take what I get. I would like to explore community health a little bit more because I don't have a ton of experience with that. But substance use disorder, detox, it's starting to get up there on the list. I did have a company reach out to me, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but basically told me to get a hold of them after I graduate. Kind of like, hey, we aren't able to take you on as a student, but we hear graduation's coming up. Go ahead and reach out. We'll see like what kind of fit you are with the company. So sounded like a job offer a little bit, or like maybe we could be interested in you after you graduate. And I thought, that's kind of strange. And I got to talking to one of my previous preceptors who works there part-time. She sees patients there via telehealth. And she said, oh yeah, I mentioned your name to so-and-so. Because I'm like, I reached out to them as a student to possibly get hours. But they're not able to accommodate those hours right now. But she did mention reaching out after I graduate. So that was kind of unexpected because I haven't met anybody there. Haven't done anything with them. And she's like, oh, I gave them your name. So I felt really good about that. I thought that was pretty sweet. I don't know. I started this a couple times. Now I don't know where the heck I'm at. My husband kept interrupting me, blowing his nose, slamming doors and stuff. That's how come I need some alone time, because the house is quiet. So anyhow, I had my check-in with the director. Yes, I did talk about that. That went really well. We talked briefly about how I was doing at these clinical sites and whether or not the acuity was where we needed them to be. And then the rest of the time we spent talking about how this site is expanding and creating a women's program, and how my instructor, who also works, or my director rather, the director of the program, she works in detox, and she's very excited that there will be a new facility to potentially send her patients to, because it sounds like she does inpatient detox at one of the larger hospital systems. So that took a little bit of the stress off me. I was stressing about this meeting. I always stress about these meetings. Is she going to give me a random curveball patient? Is she going to ask me a question about the medication? What is Suboxone? What is this? When do you give it? How much do you give? How do you titrate? So I'm very panicked prior to this meeting, trying to think of all the random questions she might ask. And it was so low key. So low key, I barely talked. My preceptor, I think she feels a responsibility to take the lead. So she did that even in this meeting. She kind of took the lead on everything. Like, this is what this place is. These are the patients we take. This is, we see dual diagnosis. These are the meds we use. I could have answered those questions, but I wasn't going to talk over her. And she answered all the questions obviously appropriately. So very low key for me. Glad to have it done with. That should be the only check-in for this semester, because there's less than a month until I have to have this done. And then it's graduation time. Well, graduation ceremony time. And then it's summer semester time, where I have one more clinical semester. But we're getting there. I still have A's in all of my classes, maintaining okay. I am working on an informatics project for one of my classes. and I turned in a summary or like an outline, and I got like 98% on it. So I'm happy about that. It means I'm moving in the right direction. It will end up being a 10-page paper. And as much as I hate writing, I think I can break it down into sections to the point where I should be able to fill everything out okay. So that's a very quick overview of where I'm at right now. I could probably make this a little bit longer, but my phone is about to die because I was waiting for my husband to stop making noise. And I also have homework to do. I should probably start working on that 10-page paper, at least make the official outline, the official document that I can start filling out. I have a case study due by Sunday. I don't know how many, am I counting? 10-page paper, case study due by Sunday, soap note due by Sunday, discussion posts, 3 replies due by Friday night. And I think that's it for the week. Plus I need to work out today. I have got to stay on that. My arms are not as impressive as they were, and I have got a sleeveless dress for graduation that I want to look nice in, so I cannot keep skipping these workouts. I think that's where I'm at. So when I have a little more phone battery, we'll try this again and see what else we're working on. Let me know how things are going for you, where you're at in your program. What's your biggest hurdle right now, or what are you working on? And I hope everything's going great for you. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.